Hi, this is Mark with TBI Garage, and so the next video that you're going to watch is something that I recorded a while ago, and I did these with a few videos, so this is I did this before I had this idea, so yeah, these first few videos are kind of going to be like this, where they might not seem like it, but they're me working on my cars and stuff, but like before I had the idea to do this, so don't be too hard on me. Alright, so today I'm working on my 2008 Mustang. It is the V6 with the pony package, and I just replaced a whole bunch of stuff on the front end. New shocks, or new struts, end links, tie rods, all that fun stuff, and it's been making this clunking sound. And I think what it is the bolts that came with my in-connect links. Let me get my light. Right here kept coming loose. So I went to put nylocks on those, and I went to 4 different places before I found all the ones that I needed. But hopefully that fixes that. So, but what I'm doing now is the bushings and everything on this are still the original bushings that came from the factory for the sway bars. So this is for the front right here. The good thing about this one is it's got a little notch, so you don't necessarily have to take the sway bar off to get it off. You just have to undo it, hook it up, slap it through there. There you go. But the one thing, you can't use regular grease for this. The kit comes with this little silicone grease. They are Prothane. But I also bought the Ford lubricant PF or PTFE to go with it, just in case I need a little extra more in the back. So I dropped my light. Set that over here. So right there is the bushing that I'm talking about. There's the 2 bolts. One here, and then the other one is up back here. It's a 15 millimeter, so it's just a couple quick little and I did pre-soak these so that they'd be nice and easy to break over. Because we bought this car March of 2008, and these are the original bushings that were on the car. And it's got roughly 94,000 miles on it, something like that. So let's figure out a way to clean this up here. So now it's time for the upper one. There's a second nut. Yes! Target, ceasefire. So the little collar just pops right off. right here. Oh, where is it? There we go. Set that down. Let me see. Oh, that thing's pretty crusty. Oh yeah, that needed to go. Like I said, this is the original bushing, so. There we go. Where's that little notch at? Ah, it doesn't really matter. Oh, so do a little setup. Yeah, I think it's time that needed to be changed. That thing's hard as a rock. Oh. New bushing. Let me cut this open. There we go. Oh. I'm going to put some on the outside. Now, they say the reason that you don't want to use the other grease is because with these being polyurethane, that if you use the other type of grease, it'll eat the bushing. So, oh, this stuff's sticky. Hopefully that's enough. And back to the car we go. What's nice is you got this little piece right here, but you know that you can't take the bushing any farther, which is kind of nice. So, just there it goes over. Slide it up flat, and boom, there's a new bushing. And then we just need to take our little collar that holds it in place. Yep, it's on. Okay. So now, just two nuts. And like I said, those are 15s. Let's see if I can get this set up again. I'll just hold it. And like the genius that I am, I accidentally turned the light off. Oh, that's not good. Let's see if oh. There we go. So I got these bushings off of LMR, late model restoration, and apparently there's about 2 or 3 different sizes of these bushings for the different cars that you can get. So they say to figure out what size that you need, you're supposed to take either a caliper or a crescent wrench and then measure your bar and find the size, because there's like for the front, what is it, a 20, is it 18, 20, and 24 millimeter, something like that. But the good thing about it is if you go on LMR, and I'll try to put this on here, they have a guide for which version of car that you have about which bushings that you should need for your car. So for the regular V6, it takes the small ones, which I want to say is 18 millimeter. And this has the pony package on it. And from my understanding, what the pony package was just a different grill and a couple other things. But part of what it was is it had some of the suspension components from a GT. So, there we go. So the sway bars are the same size as the ones off of the GT. And for replacing the front, that is all there is. I don't think I really need to show the other side. That's pretty much it. I mean, I'm not giving it a good shake. I'm not hearing any clunks or anything like that. So there's for the front, and I'll try to do the back in a few minutes. I didn't show the passenger side because it's pretty much the same thing. You just undo this bolt here. There's one bolt here. Change the bushing out. But what I just saw, I don't know if this pertains to the V8 cars, but for the V6 cars, or at least my car, I have these 2 lines here. This one and that one right there on top of it. And all it did was get in the way a little bit of this top bolt up here and just make it a little bit more difficult. Not extremely difficult, but it just got in the way a little bit. So I thought I would say that and throw that in as like a for your information type thing. Okay, now I'm on to the rear. These are also 15 millimeter bolts. There's one here. There's one on the other side back here. And then there is one that holds this little bar on. And it is that bolt right there. Now, I have noticed for a lot of these bolts on the suspension for Ford, like you can see right here, this is tabbed, so this bolt is welded to here, just like this one right here. So you don't have to put anything on this one. As you spin it, that tab will come around just like that. And then here in a second, it's going to catch. And then you can back this bolt out. Because I've heard people saying that they put stuff on there and then broke it. So all you need is 115 mil. I'm using a deep well. You can see it's just coming out. And now I got to do this so I don't hit myself in the face with this thing. Yep. Like I said, don't hit myself in the face, which I almost just did. So there's that bolt for this little end connect link. And now I got this one. And if I go here, there's the other one. But it's just the same thing as just a second ago. All I have, here's the tab for this one. So all I have to do is come on the back side. There we go. like there's that nut off. And this is just kind of like the front right here, this bushing. Or it's similar. There we go. And now this side is down. So now all they need to do is go do the same thing on the other side. And get this bar out of here. And then the fun part, of course, is going to be this little guy right here. Hopefully the little vise that I bought is up to the job of getting that in and out. There we go. Hopefully I don't beat up the camera now. Oh, and it's probably a good idea to wear eye protection. Because I got crud falling on me. If I hold it this time, it's not going to fall and hit me in the face, right? Maybe. Now this is going to drop. Oh. I need some light. Same way. Oh yeah, that's better. Those moved. Oh, I guess this light's dead. Let me grab another one. Well, I was saying that these moved. Looks like there's a route mark there. So what I was going to do, oh, here goes my light. See if I can redo that. What else? The little end connect leans back here. What I was going to do, seemed like I was really smart, is take a silver Sharpie and mark where that was on the bar. That way, if and when I got it all back together, I could just slide it over to that mark where the Sharpie was and know that it lined up. But I wasn't smart enough to do that. Well, like I said, I think there's a wear mark there, so I think that wear mark will let me know where I need to put it. Things in just an awkward enough position the way I'm doing this. And there we go. The bar is disconnected. Alright, now go put it in the vise and try to get all this fun stuff off of here. Okay, so I got this in my little vise. What I did on the bar here on the other side, I put a D and a P for driver and passenger. That way I know what's going on when I put it back in. So you just have to pop the little collar off and then just squeeze and wiggle. Ah, there we go. Almost. There's that one. And do the same for this one. Come on. Yeah, luckily I got a little wear mark there. Oh, come on. Just turn. And there we go. Let me put a little P on this one. And we have everything off of there. Now, I just gotta get the bushings out. Oh. Alright, so I don't have a whole bunch of fancy tools or anything, so here is the big part of the end connect. So what I did is this side right here, I just took a little hacksaw, sawed all this off, and then just, there goes that. Now the fun one is this one right here. I might have to try putting this in the vise and getting this one out of here. So, okay, so if this works right, okay, so what I did is I took this 1/2 inch, beat it through here to this little metal collar. And I think I might as well beat it a little bit more. Let me try switching the sides here. Oh, wait. I'm still learning how to use this thing. There we go. on. Oh, this thing. It's probably gonna be way too big for that. Anyway. I might put this on pause and go cut that out real quick. Let's try this again. Like I said, I use my hacksaw, cut that off. Oh, come on. Come on, start going. Okay, I don't know how far that the last one went, but I know I looked over at one point and then it stopped recording. So this one definitely has a different end right here. So for this one that I got, it's a 2-style. These pull apart. You have your little collar. What I had to do to get the other one out was I had to use my vise and this extension. You can see that's the inner collar from the other one. And I had to like put it in here like this and mess with it forever. Oh, and then it finally broke free and came out. So it's been a week since I was trying to do that, and like I said, the bushings were the wrong size, so I had to measure, which this one says it's like 19, so I guess give that at a grain of salt, because these only come in 2 sizes, like 18 and 20. And so now I'm going to be back to try to, and I did put this one on the bar. This one is a little bit smaller, it fits a little bit tighter. So now I'm just putting some of this supplied grease that came with it. It's a silicone grease, like I said before. And let me see, last time, oh, wrong one. Oh, God. I think I'd use a small one. Come on. There we go. Ah. So that goes in there. I'm going to take this apart. And there we go. It barely fits. So for this, you want to try to line them up as best you can, and then slowly start working it in. I'm going to take that off real quick. And hopefully I don't lose any of this. And don't keep hitting the camera, because I got my lovely tripod set up. I'm dumb. I literally forgot that this has extra, that the legs are longer. So I might fix that in just a second, but let's see if we can get this to squeeze down in here. See, this is another one of those lovely examples of, you know, I'm only going to be about 20 minutes. And it's never 20 minutes. You know, this might be a little easier if I had nicer stuff too. But hey, you work with what you got, right? Oh, did I finally get the winning one? Uh-oh. It's working. Oh! And this is why no one shows you how to do the rears. Okay. Where did my bushing just go? Oh, joy. There it is. Let me see if taking off this other part will help. I'll leave it. Come on, you're almost there. You know you want to go home. One little head on the bottom. You would just go. And it just went. Ah, yeah. There we go. Ah. And there, now we're back to where I started, just with the right bushing. I can't really blame the place that I got the bushings from, because they said this is the suggested one. And to either use a dial caliper, which I don't have, or a crescent wrench, and kind of take your sway bar over here. I can kind of show you what they said. Hold on a second. My garage is like the never-ending abyss. Well, anyway, I can't find my tools. So what you do, you just take a section of the bar, take your crescent wrench, put it on there, measure the gap, and then the two fingers, or the two pieces, however far that is apart, you know, convert that over to millimeters, and then you know what you are needing to do. So this is what I was saying, I'm done. So my this is the nice little stand that I had my camera set on, and as you can see, it's a litter box. Not realizing that my, well, let me just try for a second. Not realizing that my stand here has two extra things where I can stick this up nice and higher. I'm just rattling this all over the place. So I could have had this set just like this, all nicely, and went like this, and had a better angle, and it wouldn't have been rattling around. But you got to be at least a tenth smarter than the equipment you're working with, and apparently this I can't even think of the word right now. This stand is smarter than I am. So there's no sense of making you sit through me struggling again to get the second one on. So I will just go ahead and do that and bring you back when I get. Alright. I don't know if I showed you how to get these out. I think I might explain that. I got my hacksaw here. So this is the one that I put in that I realized was the wrong size. So just going to do what I did with the other ones. Hopefully this will just take a second to do. So I'm going to cut this off. Once I get this cut off, I should just be able to push this right through with no problem. I'm going to have to take some more off of it. Ah, there it went. And that's how you get that one out. Okay, get you set back up here on my state-of-the-art workbench. Just gonna put a little bit of this grease on the bar to help slide this on. I did the other side, so this one's probably gonna make me look stupid. But the other side, I was just able to put it on the end here. And muscle it on. The good thing about it, there's a wear mark here where the old one was. So, well, let me just stand this up. There we go. And as you see, there it is. I'm gonna do the same thing with this one, this end piece. I'm not exactly sure where it goes on here, but do a little bit of this grease. Put some on the inside. Good thing about this one, it's got a nice split. So I'm gonna slide it on there. You want to call it mock-up purposes. And I'm going to change these sticky gloves and reposition and bring it back in a second. Okay, where do I want to put this at? That cover kind of both of them. Yeah, do I need more light down here? That is the question. Let's go there. That goes there. Oh well, I didn't know that was still recording. I'll have to fix that. So now what I have to do, I have my little bracket here. It goes right back here. And then, so right here. And I will do that first. Let me just. What I'll do is kind of loosely get everything in here and then tighten it up. Actually, I think I'm going to put this one in first. Now, the stuff that came out of the car had like a outside washer up here on one side of the on one side of this end. The kit that I got doesn't have that, so I guess it doesn't really matter what side that I put on where. There we go. Now I'll try to do the same with the passenger side over here. It's right there. I hate this mount. And this will kind of get the bar hung in here and located for the other two. Ow. There we go. So, like I was saying before the install, here's the bolt for that. It has this little tab, and it's welded. This nut is. So you don't have to put a wrench or anything on here. So what's going to happen is as this goes around, this little, if you want to call it like a cam lobe, is going to catch up here, and it'll lock it in place so that you don't have to have another wrench or anything like that. I'm trying to see if I can get an angle here so you'll be able to see that. Maybe this will work. So just see how it's hitting. That's what it'll do as you tighten it. It'll just hit. So other guys were saying something about breaking off the bolts doing control arms or something, the front suspension, because they didn't know that these bolts were like that. So now, let me slide over here. So this is kind of the mount where your shock is at. The other part, there's a stud here and a stud here. All I have to do is line everything up. There we go. Put that on there. Like I said, I'm trying to do all this loose, because knowing my luck, I'd get all this tight on one side and it wouldn't work, and then I'd have to go through and do it all over again. There we go. So that's all in there loosely. Now, let's low crawl and get dirt and everything else mixed up in us again. For one more. See this side, you can see a little better. This stud and this stud. You have your little collar. Right about there. Take this. And this is the same as the other one. This upper bolt up here is going to stay in place while you do this. So there's no need to having a wrench or anything on this bolt right here. So I need to put my little tab on this one up over here. And I can go through, tighten everything up. So these are a 15. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. And I don't know if you're going to want to see this, but if I was smart, I'd have got an extension. And but then again, like I said earlier, you got to be at least a tenth smarter than the equipment you're working with. And I don't have one of them fancy electric wrenches or impacts or anything like that. Partly because I'm cheap and I don't want to pay the $100 and some odd for one. And two, I guess if I did a whole lot more of this stuff, I would. But it sure would have been nice when I was tearing apart the other car. But the downside of those is, man, are they noisy. Am I even on the bolt? Yeah. See, I was doing this on another channel, if you want to call it that, and I was thinking about it. I don't want to tell more stories about this thing that we call life, and I didn't necessarily know if anybody would want to watch that on that channel. So I was like, hey, why not do the dumb thing? Start a whole other channel. I'm just working on your cars. So here's what I'm talking about. You can see this little cam. Let me see if I can just attach this to like right here. You know you want to wrap it right there. Oh, come on, stay. This would be easier if I wasn't trying to hold this camera so you could see exactly what was going on. But like I said, I'm kind of dumb. And once I start doing something, sometimes I'm too stubborn to stop what I'm doing And there goes that. So, what I was saying is, hey, there's the mount. Yay. So, we got the same thing right here. Get it closer. Actually, well, when that happens. There it goes. Now it's doing the little camming. There we go. So like I said, from the time that I started this, Velcro. Ow. So when you got a big garage and you got crap all over the place, you do stuff like that lid right there. Crawling over, I just smashed my shoulder right into that, so that felt lovely. Give it a break from the that's about all it's gonna get. So from the time I started this to the time we are right here, it's been about a week. From ordering the bushings to getting them on and realizing, hey, guess what? I got the wrong stuff. So now, these just came in earlier today. They were supposed to be here yesterday. But if you live in Georgia, where I live in East Georgia, so you get the lovely, it bounces around Atlanta for about 3 days. Any packages from UPS. So like I said, it's not the fault of the people that ordered these from. That's just how it goes sometimes. But what will I say? Well, it's nice up here. I don't have to worry about that offset spacer because I forgot what I was doing on that one. And, you know, it's one of those, maybe if you had a press, this would be an easier job. Or, if, you know, this is me. I am not a mechanic. This is the first time I'm doing this. So, I'd say that's good. And putting these on is fun. These are the little mounts for your exhaust. Speaking of that, I gotta put some stuff up over here, but that's a whole different thing. So what will I say about all of this? Give me just a second. Ooh, this camera is smoking hot. This is my lovely 2008 Mustang. If you know what you're looking at, you know what this means. But, like, if you look at some other stuff, it would throw you off because it's got jewels on it. And this is something else that I'm trying to do. I got something for all this trim down at the bottom. They're just all faded. If you know what that is, then you would know what this car is. And the big giveaway would be if you know what you're looking at the front end of these cars. So There we go. So this is the V6 with the pony package. Like I was saying, the way that you would tell for this car is that the regular V6 has no fog lamps or the corral right here. The V6 with the pony package does have the corral and the two old fog lamps like what you would find on a 69. For a GT, just looking at the front end, what you would see is just the two big round fog lamps that take up almost all the grill like this. And from the 08s to 09s, if you just kind of glance at the front of the car, that's how you'd know that. But that's enough of the Mustang. So I'm not sure, maybe that'll show my ugly mug. But what would I say about all this? The fronts weren't bad. If you just have a few hand tools and some jacks, you can change them. They just split open and there you go. The rear, what would I do differently? I would, looking at what I had to do, because I had to buy this little vise here and some other stuff, but what I would do is, if I was doing this again, I would just go ahead and buy. I accidentally hit the button to stop it. So I would actually buy, they have a Boss bar, a rear sway bar that's an upgrade for this car. I would just go ahead and buy that and call it good. Because if you don't have this and you don't feel like fighting those rear bushings and worrying about sizes and things like that, if you buy it, the bar comes all together. It should be a 20-minute install. Just jack the car up, undo those 6 bolts that I showed you, put the new bar in, you're good to go. You don't have to deal with 3 million years later type fun stuff. But that is putting sway bars, bushings on an 08 Mustang. Like I said, it needed it. They were the originals. Here's the front. And hopefully I can put all this together and it makes sense one way or the other. I know this looks blue almost in a way, but this is actually purple. I'll talk about that some other time.